You hear that opening bell. It is main event time here at Ring of Honor. As always, in the booth, it is your host, the best damn pro wrestling announcer going, Arachnid Soul. Jay Lethal in the white, the reigning but not defending Ring of Honor World Champion. In the black and red, you see a double Austin Aries. Jay Lethal, earlier this week, making an open challenge to any former ROH World Champion. Austin Aries has returned to Ring of Honor. Belly to back takedown that time. Nicely done. You see Jay Lethal with the rear gut wrench. Aries back to a vertical base, standing switch, and a belly to back takedown of his own into the modified Kesagatami. When we talk about two legendary Ring of Honor pro wrestlers, we've got to talk about Jay Lethal and Austin Aries. Both of these individuals starting in stables in the early goings of Ring of Honor. Austin Aries starting in Generation Next, along with such talent as Alex Shelley, Jack Evans, as we saw that Ippon Sayanagi, and Roderick Strong. Rear gut wrench here by Jay Lethal. Lethal started as Hydro in Special K, and how far they have both come. Jay Lethal that time shoots the half, drops back into the head scissors, and rains down with the elbow. Can you imagine if here tonight at Ring of Honor, if Austin Aries walks in and defeats Jay Lethal, fireman's carry, Lou Spicoli driver at center ring. Austin Aries now backs himself up to the second rope, launches himself and misses with the double sledge. Jay Lethal will capitalize, sends Aries to the ropes, Irish whip to the far side, and that deep, nicely executed Ricky the Dragon Steamboat-like arm drag. Lethal follows that one up with the spinal tap. Picks his man back up. Let's see what Jay Lethal does here. Standing front chancery, hooks the leg. There's the Fisherman's Buster. Austin Aries down, but I do not believe Austin Aries is out. A basic stomp from your champion, Jay Lethal. Now what you're gonna notice, Truth Martini not at ringside. Taylor Hendricks not at ringside. Jay Lethal said he did not need the House of Truth here tonight. He did not need his stable, his faction. Beautifully executed DDT that time. Follows up with the K-Brada moonsault. Does Austin Aries. Jay Lethal says here tonight he's gonna prove that he is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best in the world. Gets the boot up in the mush of a double waistlock and snaps off that beautifully executed Saito suplex. And when we talk about the best in the world, I'd be hard pressed, lateral press that time. Jay Lethal only getting a 1 count. When we talk about the best of the world, I would be hard pressed, as we see that European uppercut, to not call Jay Lethal the best in the world. Certainly in fiscal year 2015, as Lethal sets his man up on the Falcon's Nest. Very dangerous here. Scott Hall used to call this the career ender. That avalanche style belly to back suplex. In 2015, Jay Lethal, not only the Ring of Honor World Champion, but also the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Capturing both of those championships. The most successful year in his career, three-quarter cravat chancery. The snapmare, the back elbow that time from Austin Aries. Looking to fight back. Nicely done. The half power slam, half hip toss. Lateral press, hooks the far leg that time too, and some change. Austin Aries, also a former not only one, but two-time Ring of Honor World Champion. And talking about former world champions, let's talk about Eddie Edwards as we see this Achilles lock, the single leg Boston Crab. When we talk about the accomplishments of these men outside Ring of Honor Pro Wrestling, both of these men arguably had their opening success to the mainstream in TNA Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, as Jay Lethal followed into that corner with the forearm. In TNA, when we talk about Austin Aries, a Triple Crown champion, captured the TNA tag, the TNA X Division, and the TNA World Heavyweight Championships. Aries telling Lethal, get back in the ring. Lethal comes back in, Bipasso on that basement dropkick, looking to score and hit the patella that time, did not. And now Austin Aries looking for a receipt, looking for a career ender, looking for a belly-to-back superplex of his own. There's the avalanche. He scores with it. Aries now, once again, the springboard moonsault off that middle rope. Austin Aries, so technically sound, the snapmare of his own, and now right back down into the side headlock, the modified Kesagatami. Lethal has the out, standing side headlock that time. And once again, Austin Aries scores with that standing DDT. Aries drops down, lateral press. Aries here tonight, as every night in this sport, is going to look for his bread and butter. 3 dangerous finishers you got to watch out for. Number 1, that submission. He calls the last chancer. He used to call it the horns of Aries. He's also got a brain buster, and he's also got a 450 splash. As we see that reverse German suplex. Austin Aries in control here. Austin Aries dominating Jay Lethal. Austin Aries looking to put the champion away, but once again, Jay Lethal gets the boot up. Beautifully done. The Uranagi up top. The back heel sweep. Cover. Some call that the STO in judo or sambo. We would call that the Osato Gary. Neck crank this time. The neck vice from Austin Aries. Down onto the Ring of Honor World Champion. And note that I don't say the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. There are no weight classes here in Ring of Honor. And when we talk about great former Ring of Honor champions, it reads like a who's list of the best in professional wrestling. We can talk about guys, as once again we see that beautiful Saito suplex, former Ring of Honor world champions that we can talk about, but let's lay out and look at this cover. Former champs such as Low Key, Samoa Joe, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, Jerry Lynn, Takeshi Morishima, straight out of Pro Wrestling Noah, as we see that Hangman's Noose neckbreaker, and don't forget Nigel McGuinness, and I'll say it again, that man you see Jay Lethal in the ring with right now, Austin Healy Aries. Rear naked choke, kneeling variation here from the champion. Jay Lethal looking to slow down the momentum of not the challenger tonight, but the opponent. And how suspect is it that Jay Lethal, finding out here tonight that he would be taking on Austin Aries, decided, as we see that Northern Light suplex, the Aurora Borealis, Jay Lethal decided, you know what, I'm not putting the belt on the line. You don't just walk right back in here and get a title shot. And Jay Lethal back in control. Irish whip, reversal, back handspring. There's the lethal injection. That is the signature finisher of Jay Lethal. This match is over. And Jay Lethal, no, will not walk out that easily with the win. It's going to take a little bit more to put Austin Aries away. It's going to take a little bit more to put away the vascular vegan, the vascular vegetarian, call him what you will, Austin Aries. Boot that time, up top, scores with that missile drop kick, and that thing was OTM, and that is on the money. Let's see if Austin Aries can capitalize. Laying out here momentarily, surveying the damages, Austin Aries rains down with that blow. Aries actually a southpaw, but can go from both sides. 3/4 cravat chancery suplex. Shades of another Ring of Honor legend, Chris Hero. Lethal pulls his man away from the ropes. Lateral press that time. Pushing down on the jawline of Austin Aries. Let's lay out and listen to this crowd. Jay Lethal now drops back into another figure 4 head scissors. Lethal trained out of New York City by Mikey Whipwreck. When we talk about other students trained by Mikey Whipwreck, we can talk about Los Maximos. We can talk about Brian XL, the Amazing Red. And when we talk about Austin Aries and who he was trained by as Jay Lethal now, Off the second rope, scores with the double sledge, the flying forearms. When we talk about Jay Lethal being trained, born and raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey. As we see that beautiful counter into the side Russian leg sweep, Aries now residing in Tampa, Florida, originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, scooping a slam. Lethal floats through, scores with the belly to back suplex. Gets a 2 count only off that cover. When we talk about Jay Lethal, when we talk about Austin Aries, 2 of the best in the world. Aries trained by Eddie Sharkey. Sharkey also trained legends such as Nikita Koloff, such as the Road Warriors, and also some of the knockouts, some of the women of honor, some of the females of the sport, such as ODB, and also Medusa Maselli. Boot that time from a double look for the Brainbuster, countered by the Northern Lights. Referee in position says only 2. Jay Lethal damn near beat Austin Aries with that hold, and now slowing the pace down once again. Aries not opting for the rope break, back to his vertical base. 2 times, goes to the gut with the elbow. It was so nice he did it twice. Lethal somersaults through, handspring, and the deep arm drag. Nicely done. Can he stay on his man? Hammerlock that time into the single arm DDT. Jay Lethal now laying out, surveying the damage. Maybe a mistake there, taking that little break before the cover, and we do see that the forehead of Austin Aries has been lacerated, has been busted open. Forearm shiver that time, rains down on Austin Aries. Stomps on the back of the arm. We talked about him being a southpaw. That was the left arm of Austin Aries that Jay Lethal is working on. Short Irish whip to the near corner. Hooks his man, takes him back up. We've seen this twice tonight from both of these individuals, and I think it was so nice, we're about to see it thrice. There it is, time number 3. Lethal landed hard that time. Can he shoot a half? Can he get a cover here? Is he even interested in that? Rolls Austin Aries over, picks him back up, full arm dragon twist, and the short shoulder block there from Austin Aries. Not Austin Aries' first rodeo. Scores with that rolling elbow, and Jay Lethal, your world champion, might be out. I believe Aries will get the Duke here. And no, once again, Jay Lethal able to kick out. When we talk about Jay Lethal over in TNA, Jay Lethal, the youngest TNA X Division champion in history. There's the second half of the Lethal combination. Will that be enough for Jay Lethal to put away a double? Lateral press high on the chest. And once again, only gets a 2 count. Jay Lethal, one of the few individuals in this sport who can say he has a clean win over both Nature Boy Ric Flair and the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Lethal now bringing Austin Aries out of the corner, scores with that Tracy Smothers-like jaw jacker, that flying reverse European uppercut. Jay Lethal looking for a little bit more. We saw the lethal injection earlier. Will we see it again here? No, repositions Austin Aries on that bottom rope. Thought better of that. Leaps up, slingshot into the reverse knee that time. So methodical is your Ring of Honor World Champion, Jay Lethal, a man who's taken that belt all over this country as well as over to Japan. Austin Aries reeling. Austin Aries eats that shot, comes back, short power slam that time. A double will fly, and will this be it? Aries. Beautiful 450 splash, that is it. And somehow Lethal kicking out of that 450. That Firebird splash, as the late Hayabusa would put it. That was actually the move years ago that Austin Aries used to defeat Samoa Joe to win his first Ring of Honor World Championship. There's the Brainbuster. I believe that Austin Aries right here will score the upset. Count along at home, too. Austin Aries walks into Ring of Honor Professional Wrestling here tonight and gets the Duke over the World Champion. That is a tremendous upset. I do not believe we've seen the last of these two as we see the replay. In the early goings here tonight, it was Jay Lethal in control. Austin Aries able to come back and turn it around. Many times tonight did Austin Aries go for covers and try to put away Jay Lethal before he was successful. This side headlock there, beautiful ring positioning. Lethal back up to his feet into the side headlock. This was in the early part of the match, and Austin Aries comes out on top of that exchange with the DDT. As I just mentioned, Aries was hungry, Aries was thirsty, Aries had nothing to lose. Tenacious was A-double Austin Aries, going for the covers all night. Lethal got the boot up there, the forearm shifted to the back, could not capitalize, and that's where we saw that Osoto Gary, that STO. Referee was in position that time, and Jay Lethal once again got out the back door. It was Austin Aries staying on his man, and it was Austin Aries right here putting this match away. The signature move, there's the brain buster, sheer drop style, remnants of Jushin Thunder Liger. Aries got in position, got the cover, and that was it. It has been your host, Arachnid Soul, saying thank you, come back, and good night. Now we see Tiger Mask thrown to the outside. Hayabusa not afraid to fly. Rally support here at Kirkin Hall, and let's see what this will become. Asai Moonsault, shades of the Ultimo Dragon, but we saw the Bipasso, and it did not connect. Now it is time for Tiger Mask to fly, and he drops and scores the elbow. Tiger Mask, a former NWA middleweight and junior heavyweight champion.
Explain to us a little bit the difference between the first match you had on this game and then 3 hours later after you put some time into it.
So at first the game was a little bit complicated to learn, trying to figure out when was the proper time to go for a finishing maneuver, figuring out when was the proper time to go maybe for a grapple, when was it better to strike, and when was it better, when I needed to breathe and rest and take, a stamina break and maybe throw my guy out the ring or step out the ring myself.
They were known as Beer Money. A lot of people would argue that Beer Money was the most crisp, most polished tag team to come down the pike in the last 20 years. Bobby Roode that time sends James Storm to the outside, Irish whip to the rail, follows in, scores with what I thought would be a Northern Lariat, that old school Team Canada finisher, but the challenger, the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm, turns it around. There's the standing RNC, the sleeper hole, the rare naked. Could not even get a 1 count standing switch that time into the corner. And Misawa taking a shot that time on Jun Akiyama. Misawa, we have heard that there have been some rumblings, some tension between Jun Akiyama and Misawa backstage. I thought they were professional. We now see Kobashi took a shot on Yoshinari Ogawa. This tag team encounter breaking down pretty fast here tonight in Japan. We see Mitsuharu